Welcome to Synagogues of Pennsylvania, Part 5. In this episode, we look at 4 towns: Elkins Park, Allentown, Bethlehem, and Lancaster. We'll first drop in Elkins Park, which is a northern suburb of Philadelphia. This fancy-looking building is Beth Shalom congregation. Its practice is egalitarian conservative. The main rabbi is David Glansberg Cranen. The other rabbi is Andrea Merrow. Services are held on a daily basis. In the morning, it is followed with a light breakfast. The afternoon-evening service is rotated with a nearby synagogue, Adath Yeshurun. 1 month, the service will be held at Beth Shalom, the next month at Adath Yeshurun. The congregation was founded in 1918 in the Logan section of Philadelphia. It moved to Elkins Park shortly after World War II. If the building looks like it was designed by a famous architect, that's because it was. Frank Lloyd Wright was commissioned to design this structure, and it was made usable 3 months after his death in 1959. It is the only synagogue that has ever been designed by Mr. Wright. Here is the previously named synagogue that shares the evening service rotation with Beth Shalom. This is Adath Yeshurun, another egalitarian conservative synagogue. Rachel Coburn is its spiritual leader. She took over the position in 2014 after the previous rabbi had been there for 36 years. The congregation was founded in 1858. This building was constructed in the late 1950s. Here is Reformed congregation Knesset Israel, which was founded in 1847. Senior rabbi is Lance Sussman. Associate rabbi is Kevin Kleinman. And Director of Religious Education is Rabbi Stacy Rigler. Friday evening services for Shabbat are held at different times depending on the week of the month. Saturday mornings include both a Torah study and a Shabbat morning service. This location is its 4th synagogue building, but the date of initial usage has not been published. There is also an Orthodox shul in Elkins Park, and you're looking at it. This is Young Israel. Its Mora Asra, or spiritual leader, is Rabbi Dov Aaron Brisman. Besides a regular daily schedule of minyanim morning and evening, there is also a daf yomi before the morning service. The congregation began in 1980 as an informal chavura type of minyan. It officially affiliated with Young Israel in 1988, and in 1993 it acquired this former warehouse building. More than 70 member families call this congregation home. We next shift over to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, which is more in the southwest section of the state. This is Sha'arei Shamayim, or Gates of Heaven. It is affiliated with the Union for Reform Judaism. Shabbat services are held both Friday evenings and Saturday mornings. There is a Sunday morning service during the school year, and a Wednesday morning minyan as well. Jack Paskoff has been the congregational rabbi since 1993. The congregation was chartered in 1856 and moved into their first synagogue building in 1867. This current building was built in 1896. This next synagogue is a little bit of an enigma. It's supposed to be an Orthodox shul, but yet it advertises bingo every Sunday night. This is typically a no-no for Orthodox congregations. Their branding is the traditional community in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. The rabbi is Shaya Sackett and has been the spiritual leader since 1992. Degel Israel was chartered by 16 members in 1896. This location was first used in 1964. Here is Temple Bethel, a conservative congregation. A married couple are the spiritual leaders, Rami Pavlotsky and Daniela Schuster. It is the youngest of the congregations in Lancaster, but it has been around since 1945. It moved into this building in 2002. For Shabbat, there are services Friday evenings and Saturday mornings. There is also a Sunday morning minyan. Here is a quick look at its previous synagogue building where it was housed for 57 years. You can still see the Star of David. We shift over back to the northeast to Bethlehem and Allentown, which are pretty much next to each other. Allentown has close to 120,000 residents, while Bethlehem has about 75,000 residents. A little confusion about this next congregation. It is Am Haskalah, a Reconstructionist synagogue. One publication identifies that it rents space in the JCC for the Lehigh Valley, which is what we're showing you here, and at the same time they advertise that they hold services Friday evenings at Congregation B'rith Shalom in Bethlehem. Their leader is a student rabbi who is in her 6th and final year, Shelley Goldman. But there's no doubt about this synagogue. This is Congregation Knesset Israel of Allentown. Its rabbi is Seth Phillips. The congregation met informally in 1883, and then in 1903 it was incorporated as a synagogue. It has been at this location since 1955. We move on to another Orthodox shul, Congregation Sons of Israel. Its rabbi is David Walensky. The congregation was founded in 1903. This building was erected in the mid to late 1960s. Besides the full schedule of daily minyanim, morning and evening, there is also a Daf Yomi class each morning. This is Temple Bethel, a conservative congregation. Moshe Ra'em is its rabbi. Other than Friday night services, for Shabbat, services are held each morning during the week. The congregation moved to this location in 2006. It was first formed in 1929. So here's this congregation, B'rith Shalom, in Bethlehem, that we mentioned earlier. It is a conservative synagogue. Besides Shabbat services, it holds a Monday and Thursday morning minyan followed by a breakfast. And there is a Monday and Wednesday evening minyan. Its current spiritual leader is Michael Singer. The congregational roots go back to 1890. This location became the home of B'rith Shalom in 1986. The last stop on this tour is for Congregation Beth Avraham. The congregation began in 1921 as Agudath Achim. After thriving early on, the synagogue struggled for many years. In 2003, it hired a rabbi for the first time in 25 years, Yitzchak Isaac Yago. In 2004, the congregation was renamed to Beth Avraham as a tribute to its first rabbi. It moved to this location in 2007. This wraps up this episode of touring these 4 cities. There are many more synagogues in Pennsylvania to view. So, bye for now. See you real soon.